isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdate 210226.7. With the immediate ban on fupas, the shrink rays at the ISO cubes have been working overtime to reduce these war criminals down. I've also noticed, rather interestingly, gym memberships have spiked, but as the UK is still in lockdown, they're essentially f***ed. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we have 7, it was more obviously, but honestly I don't have enough cue cards for it, subjects to go through. To start, we're going to go with Fiona, / is now based. Unpopular opinion, and this is a retweet. Sushi has been washed, into a degree where it has become colonizers' food. I won't cancel you for eating sushi, of course, but keep in mind that you're culturally appropriating Asian culture if you eat it. Let's try not pick on the Karen too much here. And honestly, I had thought the term cultural appropriation had died when someone tried to bully a white man for having dreadlocks, because apparently that's only an African thing. Shall we also ignore the fact that sushi is delicious, surprisingly quite healthy, and was brought to respective countries that are in fact predominantly white, although I'm sure when the census is done in the UK this year, we will see a shift. As a final point on this one, it is not cultural appropriation to eat something, it is cultural appreciation. Because seriously, sushi is amazeballs and I want some, but there is no sushi place near me and all the supermarkets that sell sushi sell trash sushi. If Boris is right about June 21st, on June 22nd I will be at a Yo Sushi very quickly. Next we go to, a crown. Kiki Bay _ with a picture of Will Smith and his wife. Don't lose a loyal woman just because she cheated once. Before we go back to what was written, let's address the relationship, because it is relevant. I don't care, because it is their relationship and theirs alone. How they got to a point where they are able to move beyond what happened is their business. Granted, they have put some of this out there. It is cliché for, air quote, celebrities, influencers, and attention seekers. But the part of this that intrigued me was, don't lose a loyal woman just because she cheated once. First of all, there is no measure for acceptable for cheating. Cheating is cheating, and that does not make you loyal. In fact, the loyalty is not the woman. The loyalty is from the man, who has somehow found a way beyond the disloyalty shown to him by his wife. And in this context of Will Smith and his wife, this is applicable this way. It could be many other ways, and I'm sure someone's going to now say, Will Smith is a cuck, and or simp, and or beta. Sure, I don't care. I just wanted to point at loyal and cheated, and somehow it being deemed acceptable once. To move on from that, we're going to go to Jezebel. Last week, the Mortal Kombat reboot movie trailer was released. I myself was more interested in updated trailers to Kong vs. Godzilla, because I only really enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat movie when I was a child. I remember getting it as a birthday present because I wanted it so much. Jezebel have tweeted, "Who forgot to invite Chun-Li to Mortal Kombat?" Obviously, this is bait. The intention was to get people to go to their article, because clicks, ads, money. I fully get it. How a vast majority did not see that is quite astonishing. Chun-Li's from Street Fighter if you didn't know, and she was obviously never going to be in the Mortal Kombat trailer. They are different franchises. And the less we talk about any Street Fighter movie, the better. I liked Gomez. I also liked Blanca. They were both done dirty in that movie. Next, we're going to go to a Twitter poll by BitChute. Now, I've already answered this poll myself. I ticked the answer none, which is good. The poll read, what is the strictest punishment you would impose on someone who has abhorrent opinions? 1. Remove social media. 2. Remove bank access. 3. Remove food and water. And 4. None. Somehow, those first 3 answers got some of the share. 16.9% of the vote, with 83.1% getting none. and I fully support that, because we're not China. We don't do social credit scores, even though there are people believing right now it is possible that will be introduced, along with COVID passports, something which I also don't agree with. This might seem like an odd segue, by the way, to go from gaming and movies to censorship, but I promise you this is now relevant to the next 3 topics for the video. BitChute did also reference the fact that the ADL only goes far as removing banking access, which is still unacceptable. There should be no punishment for having a differing opinion, no matter how disgusting the opinion. It is actions that should be punished, not opinion. And BitChute does acknowledge that there is no such thing, actually, as no punishment for abhorrent opinions. But if anyone watched yesterday's video, the exhibition of stupid people, I mentioned hate crime in the UK being a grey area. I still don't believe there should be a consequence, and I'll always believe that. So it is with this spirit in mind of censorship and being a dick, we go to Suit Yourself. Over the many years I've known Suit, he's had a few issues with people. Years ago he had a big channel, 50,000 subs I think. He was doing really well, but then, yeah, somebody was a dick and false flagged him and then kept false flagging him with fake accounts. He lost that account. Took years to get back up, for him to then have the same thing happen again with another detractor, somebody who is a bona fide psycho, not going to name them. More recently, he has taken it upon himself, as he should as a skeptic, to criticize those who make fake ghost hunting videos. Now you could say ghost hunting videos, because they're fake. If you believe in ghosts, I do apologize, I don't. And I don't mean that to sound matter-of-factly, it's just an opinion, remember? You're welcome to yours, I'm welcome to mine. The person he has turned his attention towards is called Mark Davis. Mark Davis has openly declared war on Suit and threatened to shut him down, and openly admitted to misusing the copyright system. So Suit Yourself has put them on blast over and over and over and over again. YouTube, by the way, has done nothing about this. But people like, well, the individual I just mentioned, are disgusting and use bad tactics because they can't handle criticism. And that's the crux, isn't it? The consequence of Suit calling you out, even though, by the way, this guy has featured on a British judge show called Judge Rinder. He wouldn't pay for a doll. This isn't a joke, by the way. An £800 doll, because the doll told him not to pay for it. That's precious. Yep. Suit has a history of calling out scams, scam artists, thieves, and he'll always do that. Whether you like him or not, he does it. He has consistent conviction, and I have nothing but respect for him. So I'm going to link his BitChute channel down below as a pinned comment. If at all interested, please consider subscribing to him. He is dealing with this rather annoying ghost hunter, and hopefully the person in question gets the help they need because they're seriously out of their freaking mind. To our penultimate subject, we go to Leanne Kersner. Notice how when gaming news is slow, Kotaku doesn't fill the space with coverage of a cool indie studio, or say, Black History Month coverage. No, they decide to go after game devs minding their own business for 6-year-old wrongthink. It is not social justice, it's gatekeeping. Again, Kotaku attacks a game dev minding his own business because he's against social justice. But I just checked, and Kotaku has none, zero coverage on their main page honouring Black History Month. I will say, for the sake of it, they don't have to do that. They should be focusing on games. Hell, they could reference movies derived from video games. But I do tend to think it's rather pathetic that Kotaku, who I'm surprised are even still about, would bother to go for wrongthink, or go after a game dev because they have said openly they're not into social justice, or because, years ago, the game dev in question used to make videos in the anti-SJW sphere, and they've decided, oh whoa, we've got one, boys. Kotaku are trash, by the way. Don't bother reading their stuff. Finally, a retweet from Anita Sarkeesian referencing all of this, oddly enough, a nice little segue. See, Kotaku did bother to air the comment about Hogwarts Legacy lead designer who used to run an anti-SJW YouTube channel, which is what we just spoke about. Anita says, I'm happy to say that, even though I disclosed my brackets hateful, misogynist and regressive end brackets YouTube channel to WB Games, it didn't appear to be an issue for them bracket, and I get to continue being a successful game designer on a major project with no consequences, close brackets, full stop, end quote. You, Anita Sarkeesian, are an attention-seeking, clout-chasing cunt with about as many opinions as a dead mouse. Anyway, as we're done here, I'd like to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I shall be hosting a political recap stream with my co-host Trups LP over on the Moistski Live channel. It will also be on Moistski Live on Spotify. If I don't see you there tonight, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all for listening.